Here, bullet. If a body is what you want, then here is bone and gristle and flesh. Here is the clavicle snapped wish, the aorta's open valves. The leap thought makes it the synaptic gap. Here is the adrenaline rush you crave, that inexorable flight, that insane puncture into heat and blood. And I dare you to finish what you've started, because here, bullet, here is where I complete the word you bring, hissing through the air. Here is where I moan the barrel's cold esophagus, triggering my tongue's explosives for the rifling I have inside of me. Each twist of the round spun deeper, because here, bullet, here is where the world ends, every time. Al-Jawahiri wrote, I see a horizon lit with blood, and many a starless night. A generation comes and another goes, and the fire keeps burning. Highway 1. It begins with the highway of death, with an untold number of ghosts wandering the road at night, searching for the way home to Najaf, Kirkuk, Mosul, and Kani al-Assad. It begins here with a shuffling of feet on the long road north. This is the spice road of old, the caravan trail of camel dust and heat, where Egyptian limes and sultani lemons swayed in crates strapped down by leather, where merchants traded privet flowers and musk, aloes, honeycombs, and silk brought from the Orient. Past marsh Arabs in the Euphrates wheel, past wild camels and waving children who marvel at the painted guns, the convoy pushes on, past the ruins of Babylon and Sumer, through the land of Gilgamesh, where the minarets sound the muezzin's prayer, resonant and deep. Cranes roost atop power lines in enormous bowl-shaped nests of sticks and twigs. And when a sergeant shoots one from the highway, it pauses, as if amazed that death has found it here at 7 a.m., on such a beautiful morning, before pitching over the side and falling in a slow unraveling of feathers and wings. Eulogy. It happens on a Monday at 11:20 a.m. as tower guards eat sandwiches and seagulls drift by on the Tigris River. Prisoners tilt their heads to the west, though burlap sacks and duct tape blind them. The sound reverberates down concertina coils the way a piano wire thrums when given slack, and it happens like this on a blue day of sun, when Private Miller pulls the trigger to take brass and fire into his mouth. The sound lifts the birds up off the water. A mongoose pauses under the orange trees. And nothing can stop it now, no matter what blur of motion surrounds him, no matter what voices crackle over the radio in static confusion, because if only for this moment the earth is stilled, and Private Miller has found what low hush there is, down in the eucalyptus shade, there by the water. This poem was written not too long after there was an explosion that took place near a police headquarters in Mosul, the northern part of Iraq. My squad, we ran through the rubble of this event and set up security on the far side. It's called 16 Iraqi Policemen. The explosion left a hole in the roadbed large enough to fit a mid-sized car. It shattered concrete, twisted metal, busted storefront windows and sheets, and lifted a BMW chassis up onto a rooftop. The shocking blood of the men forms an obscene art, a mustache alone on a sidewalk, a blistered hand's gold ring still shining, while a medic, Doc Lopez, pauses to catch his breath, to blow it out hard, so he might cup the left side of a girl's face in one hand gently before bandaging the half gone missing. Allah must wander in the crowd as I do, dazed by the pure concussion of the blast, among sirens, voices of the injured, the boots of running soldiers, not knowing whom to touch first, for the dead policeman cannot be found. Here, a moment before, then vanished. Okay. The inventory from a year lived sleeping with bullets. Rifle oil, check. Smoke grenades, check. Desert boots, check. Plates of body armor, check. The list ongoing. Combat patrols added, 5-paragraph op orders, mission briefs, nights spent staring for heat signatures through the white-hot lens, lasers bore-sighted to the barrels they guide, the conceptual and physical given parallel structure. A dead infant, a night-crushed car, a farmer slumped over a Toyota steering wheel near an army checkpoint, a distraught relative staring beyond, pieces of brain on the dashboard, the refusal to render aid, the fresh, dark soil over the bodies. The boredom, the minutes, the hours, days, weeks, months. The moments unbound by time's dominion, the years after. Torture fragments, a man pissing on the Koran, a man at a rifle range firing a bullet carrying the middle vowel of the word Inshallah, a combat load of ammunition. 3rd Squad, 1st Platoon, Black Horse Company. The faces, ones I hated and the ones I loved, even those I don't remember, and all who don't remember me. Contact, 3 o'clock, 50 meters, talk the guns. And Seattle at night, rain drizzling down. First weekend home from war. Sergeant Gould sucking a woman's nipple in the cuddle room at the rave party, glow sticks in their mouths, a language I don't recognize. A man in an Energizer bunny suit on roller skates, bass pounding the camouflage of tireless eternal Easter, followed by a brunette in black leather bustier, thigh-high wet leather PVC boots, her eyes the dark carbon from the barrel's chamber as she pulls a leashed man by the throat. These people. My people. Put it all in the rucksack. Throw the rucksack on your back and call it your house. Do a commo check with anyone out there in the bush listening. Do a commo check back home. Get your shit on straight. Stay alert and stay alive. Drink water and conduct your PCIs. We've reached the line of departure. So lock and load, man. From here on out, we are on radio silence. At Lowe's Home Improvement Center. Standing in aisle 16, the hammer and anchor aisle, I bust a 50-pound box of double-headed nails open by accident. Their oily, bright shanks and diamond points like firing pins from M4s and M16s. In a steady stream they pour onto the tile floor, constant as shells falling south of Baghdad last night, where Bosch kneeled under the chain guns of helicopters stationed above, their tracer fire a synaptic geometry of light. At dawn, when the shelling finally stops, hundreds of bandages will not be enough. Bosch is walking down aisle 16 now, in full combat gear, improbable, worn out from fatigue, a rifle slung at his side, his left hand guiding a 10-year-old boy who has seen what war is and will never rid it from his head. Here, Bosch says, take care of him. I'm going back in for more. Sheets of plywood drop with the airy breath. In the moment, the mortars crack open in shrapnel. Mower blades are just mower blades, and the Troy-built, self-propelled mower doesn't resemble a Blackhawk or an Apache. In fact, no one seems to notice the Casualty Collection Center Doc High is marking out in ceiling fans, aisle 15. Wounded Iraqis with IVs sit propped against boxes as 92 sample Paradiso fans hover in a slow revolution of blades. The forklift driver over-adjusts, swinging the tines until they slice open gallons on gallons of paint, sienna dust and lemon sorbet and ship's harbor blue, pulling in the aisle where Sergeant Rampley walks through, carrying someone's blown-off arm, cradled like an infant, handing it to me, saying, "Hold this, Turner. We might find who it belongs to." Cash registers open and slide shut with the sound of machine guns being charged. Dead soldiers are laid out at the registers on the black conveyor belts, and people in line still reach for their wallets. Should I stand at the magazine rack reading Landscaping with Stone or the Complete Home Improvement Repair Book? What difference does it make if I choose tumbled travertine tile, Botticino marble, or black absolute granite? Outside, palm trees line the asphalt boulevards. Restaurants cool their patrons who will enjoy fireworks exploding over Bass Lake in July. But inside, aisle number 7 is a corridor of lights. Each dead Iraqi walks amazed by Tiffany posts and Bavarian pole lights. Motion-activated incandescents switch on as they pass by, reverent sentinels of light, welcoming them to Lowe's Home Improvement Center, aisle number 7, where I stand in mute shock, someone's arm cradled in my own. The Iraqi boy beside me reaches down to slide his fingertip in retro-colonial blue, an interior latex, before writing T for tourniquet on my forehead.